Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Dean Edwards is here, real funny comic. He's going to be at the Gotham Comedy Club here in New York City this upcoming weekend. And can you talk about what you were just talking about, where you're staying?
Yeah, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Artie just asked me, he said, so you're going out to L.A. for pilot season? He said, so where do you stay? And I said, well, normally I stay at my buddy Ian Edwards' house. And Ian, funny comic, he writes on Two Broke Girls right now. Ian has the flyest rug on the planet.
He has a rug that's comfortable like a bed.
That I don't want a futon on bed. I want that rug.
Really?
I don't mind length in my afro as long as I can get this rug.
And comics are used to floors, and like we know what we're talking about.
So we can roll with a floor, but a rug is tenfold, is a king size bed.
Okay.
So last May I was going out to LA and I'm doing a show with Russell Peters.
Right.
Russ and I have known each other from upstate because I started gigging when I was in college up in Rochester, and he's from Toronto.
Yeah,
so,
Russell Peters, a lot of people might not know who he is. He's one of the most successful comedians on the planet. He sells out the Garden, O2
the O2 Arena. He's like Forbes top 10.
Right.
And so Russ leans over. He's like, "You going to L.A.?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "When?" I said, "Next week." He said, "You want to stay at my house?" Now, like Artie said, he's one of the top 10 grossing comics on the planet. So I'm like, a rug or one of the wings in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
So I said, word? That's all you can really say, word? And he was like, you can use one. You can use one of my cars. So now, as a comic, I'm thinking, okay, that means I don't even have to worry about renting a car, which is just a headache sometimes, having to wait in line. But then on top of it, I'm like, yeah, but he has a Bentley.
Right.
I can't cover the ding in the fender, so I'm like,
everything's relative.
I said, he's like, I have a guest car. I said, okay.
He's got a guest car.
But you know what? Russell Peters, you know, for anybody out there that knows him or doesn't know him, one of the nicest, classiest comics. Like, there are a couple of comics you can. We all know comics that people like that wish hateful things on them. But people like Kevin Hart, Russell Peters, these dudes are just genuinely nice guys. They pay it forward, man. And I remember hearing a story about
he doesn't have to invite you to stay there.
He doesn't have to. But now it's to the point. And anytime I go, like I hit him earlier today. As a matter of fact, I was like, so
you sure about
I'm going out to LA, doing Arsenio. But I feel like my wife always says, all right, babe, you know, next time you go, just stay at Ian's on the rug, just to alternate it, so it doesn't seem like you're taking advantage.
She's English, your wife?
Yeah, she's a Brit. She's a Brit. So
well, that's good. How'd you meet your wife?
We met at a club.
In New York.
Yeah, actually, she went to school upstate New York.
Oh, okay.
And she had graduated. I was in film school, so I was shooting a friend of mine's birthday party at this nightclub, and she was just hanging out at the bar, having drinks with a friend, a mutual friend of ours, and we met and got cool. She was dating someone at the time, but we got cool. We've known each other now 21 years, been together 19 years, been married for 10. So
well, she's obviously very nice, but you know the thing about one time I stayed in Howard Stern's house in the Hamptons, and I had my own, like you just said, I had a wing. He wouldn't have known. I could have been there for a year. He would have known I was there.
Right.
So you know, why not? I mean, the guy's offering. What the hell?
No, and you know what? And he's on the road often, so I know like 2 times ago when I went out, and that shows how often I go and stay in his house. But I went out in September, and they were on the road, I think overseas. Okay. And so I was there, and I think he has a bunch of other friends that are like one of his friends is a martial arts actor, and he came and stayed. So it was, you know, he's real generous.
That's the cool thing about Hollywood too. It's like when you stay at a house like that, it's always an interesting group of people. Like martial arts actor, this guy, you know, some guys, you know, working on his video for some sort of fitness program.
Right.
And another guy's near death.
What was his guest car that you drove?
And his guest car was fly. He had, his guest car is a Volkswagen sports fly car. Like
well, for a guest car, that's fine.
Oh, dude, it was awesome.
I gotta get friends like that. I just have Boschetti.
Well, you have Stern. You said you stayed at Stern's crib.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't go out to L.A. that much for pilot season.
Right.
We got to take another break. Back with Dean Edwards. Welcome back to the Artie Lange Show. Dean Edwards here. So you got an interesting story. You, Mad TV is a show I had done.
Yeah, I used to love, dude, the Black Mama.
White Mama.
Oh, dude.
My recurring character.
I used to love that sketch.
Yeah,
man.
it's a fun show. But okay, so sketch comedy. So obviously you're good at it because you get offered that and Saturday Night Live at this.
Yeah, it was.
Tell that story.
01 was an interesting year, man, because I had finally gotten SAG, and then Mad TV had auditions up in like the 70s.
Yeah.
And I had auditioned for a sketch show the year before and stunk. The UPN had a sketch show. They flew me to LA. I was awful. So I said, you know what? Let me take some sketch classes just so I'm prepared.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So you know, with sketch shows, you have to do
hard. The audition is
three
hard.
Impressions, 3 characters in 3 minutes.
It's
right?
a hard audition.
But I thought about it. I said, you know what? Impressions are my strong suit, so if I do more, they're not gonna get mad.
Right.
As long as they're thorough. So I went in for Nicole Garcia at Mad TV.
Okay.
And I did 3 characters, and then I said, here's my impression of Chris Rock and Chris Tucker hosting a Black Awards show that Jay-Z and Erykah Badu are doing a duet, and then Denzel Washington and Sam Jackson presented Lifetime Achievement Award.
So you get to do all of those people,
to James Earl Jones. So I set it up, and then I just ran through them.
Right.
So after I did them, she was like, who else can you do? And I said, I don't know. And she just started throwing people at me, and I was doing them. So I leave the audition. I walk out. I remember Donnell Rawlins and Owen Smith out there, and Donnell's like, yo, dude, I don't know what you did in there, but everybody out here hates you right now.
That's the worst, when you hear a guy killing.
Yeah,
when you're auditioning for something and the guy's in there and you hear somebody destroying.
And you hear the cast of people dying, and then you're next.
Exactly.
And you get that. So I leave, and my manager calls me. I'm not even up the block. He's like, I don't know what you did, but they just called excited. They want you to come back for David Salzman, the producer. Salzman the next day. So I'm geeked. I'm like, oh, I got a call back. I never got a call back that fast. I had a showcase that night at Stand Up New York.
Okay.
So I'm feeling good because I'm going in front of producers the next day. So I go on, I kill. I go Mad TV the next day, I kill. A week later, I'm shooting a KFC spot. My agent calls. He's like, hey, handsome, I got good news and better news. I said, what's the good news? He's like, good news is Mad TV, they have an offer. They don't even want you to screen test. They have 6 episodes that'll roll to 13. You know the deal.
No screen test, yeah.
So I was like, oh, awesome. I said, well, what's better than that? He said, well, that showcase you had that night, the people from SNL were in the audience, and they're interested. And so now I'm like, well, what does that mean? He's like, now I get to be an agent. Oh, okay. And you can hear him like,
we're running out of time. So basically, you got to make a decision.
And eventually,
that's the better move.
It was SNL, man.
Well, that's impressive, man.
Yeah.
Dean, come back again, man.
I look forward to it. I appreciate y'all letting me come up. Please come out to Gotham Comedy Club.
This weekend.
This weekend, 2 shows Friday, 3 Saturday. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at IAM Dean Edwards.
The Artie Lange Show, weeknights on Audience, only on DirecTV.